Alright, as promised, we are ready to work on the Corona pruners. These were my favorite pruners, and go ahead and jump back and watch a couple of the other videos. Been restoring all of my pruners and several neighbors' pruners and some of my Master Gardening Friend pruners. So this one is next on the table. It's a Corona. It is a nice pair of pruners. There are lots of cheap ones out there, and this is a good pair, although it is in rough shape. Believe it or not, this was only left out for a couple of days, and I guess it rained. As soon as I realized it, I grabbed them and brought them in, but the damage had been done. So we can get these guys cleaned up, sharpened up. They're actually not, they don't have a problem cutting. The main problem right now is a rust, but I have not sharpened these ever, and I've had them for a couple seasons, so it's probably due. You can feel they have a really nice action. This is a bypass pruner, shear, clipper, whatever you want to call it, and I did a video explaining the differences and even demonstrating some of the differences. So jump back and watch that one. I'll leave it up above here. So, all right, let's get it taken apart. so alright, this came up pretty good. Now this blade does come off of here, but I don't think it's worth driving those pins out and having to mess with refitting those. I'm going to do my best to sharpen back as far as I can, but that would be a whole lot easier if this was taken off, but I'm not going to mess with that. This doesn't have any damage. I'm really just going to polish it up and make sure that it's nice and flat on the back. I like that this has this, I don't know what to call it. I mean, it's really a handle, but it kind of reminds me of like a tang and a knife. But also, this does come off as well, but I don't think it's worth driving out. I'm not having any problems with it. If it was rusted or if it was a full restoration. Now, it is very difficult to get down inside this particular groove, and I do have a little bit of rust there. I want to make sure and oil it down really well, and that's just going to have to be good enough for now. This side right here I'll make sure is nice and flat, since that's the contact side, and this is just the outer side. So, and the handle cleaned up really nice. I scrubbed on it, and it's in good shape. This is smooth on this side. I don't think I'm going to go to the coarse because we don't have any damage, but we're going to start with flattening on the back side of the bypass here. With soapy water. And we just push this down flat and go back and forth. We're on the fine side here, so we're really just polishing. If anything is high or out of place, it will show up. So far it looks really good. Yep, everything's nice and smooth. So as I've mentioned in all of our pruning videos, you need to know what type of pruner you have. There are those devices that you place on the tip and you run it through and it sharpens. Those do not work on bypass or scissor style shears. You want to have a nice flat back, and if you remove material from this side, they will not close correctly and you will not get a good connection. You'll have stuff slipping through and they'll start to twist. So keep the back flat. The bevel only goes on this side of wood here. There we go. Okay, so we're spaced up enough here that the handle's not hitting anymore, and I should be able to get a full stroke. Yes. So we're following the natural bevel. You can feel it right there. And you can see on this side that we're making contact all the way through. There we go. Alright, looking good. Alright, we are ready for some reassembly. Going to use the Ballistol here. Nice coat of oil on everything. You can see this part here on the handle has a finish on it, and that will keep that from rusting. A lot of the metal down in here looks like this has some finish. It's got at least polish on it where it shouldn't rust. This down here is more raw metal and it will rust. So nice coat of oil on everything, helps keep it all running smooth and rust free. Alright, reassembly should be pretty easy. There we go, goes all the way around the other side. There's the spring we're looking for. Alright, a lot of moving parts here on reassembly. Let's see if we can get this back together. Alright, so it's a bit of a challenge to get that all lined up. You got spring tension in a couple different directions, but fool with it enough and you'll get it lined up. There's no grit in there, so a little more lube on the mechanism. Make sure the blades are oiled. Alright, so the lock goes up, and then when you squeeze, it releases. So you don't actually have to unlock them, you only have to lock them. So I really like these clippers, they're some of my favorites. Hope you learned how to take them apart and put them together. Really nothing to it, and all you need is a sharpening stone and a screwdriver. So these are pretty easy, and we will get them back to work. Got some cleanup in the garden going down this week, and thanks for watching. Alright, this is Eagle Run 23. We'll see you next time.